Welcome to tonight's Hope Call. I hope everybody is doing awesome, and you're invited to this call specifically because someone cares about you and want to make sure that you are actually successful on your weight loss journey. My name is Kelvin, Santana, and I'm a National Project 10 Challenge champion. Actually, it's been about a year now since I was crowned champion. And guys, if you have not been to an event, a national event, it is incredible. I was able to go in front of 10,000 people in Louisville, Kentucky, and along with some of my buddies that I had been following from different regions from the country and around the world, and on stage have our moment, and then all of a sudden they announced the national champion, and that was actually me. And I was so excited. I actually didn't even hear my name when they called my name at first. It wasn't until my friend told me that I won that it actually hit me, and I started jumping up and down and being all excited. Guys, that was a very emotional moment for me, and I would like, and every single NST I've ever been to, I've actually been able to catch a glimpse of this before I even got there. Later on, at the end of tonight, I want to share something with you guys, something that happened to me at an NST before I won champion, and I believe is the single number one reason why I became champion, or I actually believed that I could become champion. So without further ado, tonight, guys, we're going to have an amazing call lineup. We have my co-host from Canada who's going to be jumping on momentarily, and then also we have two body by body champions, who are going to be sharing their story tonight. So if you have a moment right now to send out a quick text, have some tips, and we're going to have some awesome, some information for you guys to close the call. So without further ado, I want to welcome my co-host, the man that I called my bodyguard, my big bro, Pat Ryan. Pat Ryan, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me? I'm sure you can.
Perfectly. Loud and clear, buddy. Take it away.
Awesome. Hey, everyone. Welcome to tonight's champion call. Champion host, champion co-host, and two champion guests. There's 100-pound club members involved. There's somebody trying to get into the 100-pound club, and there's somebody that just got in the 100-pound club tonight. This is what you're going to hear. My name, as Kelvin said, is Pat Ryan. I am a national director as well as a Body by Vine national champion, 2013. It's been a couple years now. I've lost over 150 pounds, built 20 pounds of muscle, kept it off, keep getting better and better every day. And NST is coming up, as Kelvin was saying, and this is what we're excited about in getting to NST. My biggest moment at NST was Vitality 2013 when I won. I did a cartwheel, 280 pounds on stage, did a cartwheel after I won, screamed to the top of my lungs, 10,000 people cheering. It was one of the greatest moments of my life. So tonight we've got two amazing guests for you that have also become champions, and they're going to share their stories with you. And they're not only going to share their stories, they're going to share their struggles and the bumps along the road and maybe the plateaus they hit to become champion. Now, my biggest problem, Kelvin, is I didn't really look at who I'm supposed to talk to first. So how about I talk to Vicki first? Does that sound good? Vicki Richardson, weight loss champion last year from Louisville, Kentucky. I watched you win on stage right next to my fellow Canadian Matt Adams. It was absolutely amazing, incredible. I saw the excitement on your face. Vicki, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Take it away. I want you to tell your story. I need to hear it.
All right. Well, my name is Vicki Richardson, and I was just crowned female weight loss champion in Houston at the end of last year. And Vasalis has completely changed my life. Someone asked me to join the challenge for 5 months. This guy was absolutely relentless. I told him no every day. I kid you not. This man kept challenging me. He kept saying, hey, you join the challenge. And I've been obese my whole life, and I gave him every excuse. I hear today, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't want to do your shakes. And I was like, I'm sick of living the way I'm living. And I woke up one morning and I got online, I signed up for the challenge, and I got my shakes, and I joined the gym, and I started doing both side by side. And I lost 50 pounds in 90 days, and I was like, wow, like 50 pounds and it's gone. I could not believe it. And then I kept going, and I lost 80 pounds in 9 months. And then before I knew it, I was down 110 pounds in a year and 4 months. And when I hit that 50-pound mark, I was like, wow, I'm really onto something here. This product is phenomenal. It works. And I was like, I'm so passionate about it. I want to start promoting it and help other people. So I went ahead and started promoting it, and it's really been history ever since. I've helped a lot of people lose a lot of weight, and that means more to me than anything because I'm a living testimony, and all I do is share my transformation, and people see that. And I think it's really funny that a lot of people who know me personally are really reluctant to join the challenge, but as complete strangers, I share this with, and they always jump on. So I think it's really funny how that works, but I love the company. I won, winning champion has been absolutely amazing. I ran the first time when it was in Louisville, and that was my hometown. I'm like, I really want this for me, and I was on leaderboard, but I didn't make it, so I ran again at Vitality, and I became a regional champ, and then on stage, and when they called my name, just as he said, like, you didn't even hear your name called. Like, it's that kind of moment. After I got off stage, I'm like, what did I just do up there? Like, how did I just act? Like, because you don't remember anything. It's so exciting, and that's been my biggest moment to date is Vitality in Houston. It was great.
So you said you lost 110 pounds totally, but you just hit the 100-pound club with Vi, so you'd lost a little bit before then? And so let me say, before I say anything else, you just made the 100-pound club. Woo! That is fantastic. Seriously. Welcome. Big time welcome.
Vicki.
Yeah.
I'm finally here, and I did have some setbacks along the way, and you said talk about plateaus and all that good stuff. So I was really chugging away. I was a single girl living in a one-bedroom apartment. There was no junk food in my house unless someone brought it in or I brought it in, and that never happened. So I moved back to Louisville after I lost, pretty much all my weight and moved back in with my family and surrounded by a lot of, not good food. And when I was during that time, I was lifting a lot, and lifting was putting on more muscle and more weight, and then the scale was going up, and I went on some vacations, and I had some setbacks. But, after I kind of reevaluated everything, I was like, man, I got to get back to my roots. Like, I need to figure out what really was helping me lose all my weight. Like, stop lifting so much heavy weight, lower weight, higher rep, get back to cardio. I was skimping on cardio. You can't do that. You really need to get that in, and I needed to do my 2 shakes a day, my snacks in between, my healthy dinner, really crack down. And that's what I've been doing, and that's how I got back in it. I put a little weight back on after Vitality, and now I've got it back off, and I'm in the 100-pound club finally.
So what you're telling us is that a champion, somebody that's lost 100 pounds, a champion, stumbled a little bit, kind of fell into life, family giving you food because life is based around food. You were just a normal human being, and then what you did was you looked at it and you set some goals and you made a plan and then you achieved them. Wow,
right.
That's pretty revolutionary, isn't it?
Right. Can you believe it?
It's really that easy. Follow a simple system, just like our business. Follow a system, and weight loss, the same thing. Vicki, what's the biggest tip you can give somebody trying to make the 100-pound club, trying to even lose 10 pounds? What's the biggest tip you can give them?
My biggest tip is something that I follow every day. You have to stay prepared. When I'm not prepared, it is I don't know what to do. So I'm a huge meal prepper. I do snack prep. I do meal prep. And I'm always leaving the house. I left the gym today and I was driving with a thing of blueberries on my lap. I'm always having food. If I'm driving, I'm eating something. So just stay prepared. Really just, set aside everything and cut out your snacks and what you're going to be eating, because if you don't have a plan, then you're just going to be winging it every day, and you might stop and, get something at a gas station or a fast food, something that you shouldn't eat or you don't want to eat, but you're forced to eat it. So just have a plan and really figure out what your why is, and just remember and keep that in the back of your head and just keep running with it.
Those are some wise words from a fellow champion and fellow 100-pound club member. Can't wait to high-five you and give you a huge hug in 16 days. 16 days we're going to be in Fort Lauderdale. Vicki, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and we all do. I'm speaking for everyone, I'm sure. Thank you so much.
Hey, guys.
Next up, we have another champion, team champion. I can't remember which year, so you're going to have to tell us. Anna Rodriquez, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Well, what I'm going to say to start you off and to segue into what you're going to talk about is welcome back to the challenge.
Thank
Please
you.
tell us your story.
I'm really excited.
Tell us your story, please.
I'm a body by body champion. Back in 2012, actually here in Miami and Vitality. It's when me and my friends, we decided to do it as a team, and we entered and we won. And I think we were one of the last people that were fortunate to be on the transformation vacation. So we did the whole thing. And when I started at the challenge, I was 240 pounds. Of course, at 240 pounds, I knew that I wasn't healthy. I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't sleeping good. Health-wise was just a mess. So the thing that clicked, because, when you're overweight, when you're obese, you have to do something. And you can try a lot of things, but you have to find something that's really going to work for you in the long run. So I went to the doctor, and, because of family history, he told me that I was pre-diabetic and that I had a really bad thyroid problem. And I remember him telling me, you can starve yourself, but you're not going to lose weight. It's just going to be really hard for you. And the funny thing is, that same week that I went to the doctor, my best friend, she invited me over to a challenge party. So I went just because I knew she wasn't going to take no for an answer. So I went, and I was really, really skeptical because I have tried so many things, like a lot of people, and I have spent so much money. I was spending $600 a month on food delivered to my house. And I was just not seeing results. So I went to a challenge party. I saw the presentation. I tasted the shake. And I was like, you know what? This is going to be the last thing I do. If this doesn't work, I'm done. I'm going to be like this the rest of my life. So I started it. And on my first challenge, I lost 34 pounds. And from there, I just kept going and going. Then we entered as a team, and when I became a champion, I think I'd lost, it was like 54 pounds. Right now, I'm 14 pounds away from the center club, so that's my main focus right now, getting there, getting to the finish line.
14 pounds. That is absolutely awesome. I'm trying to remember you on stage at Vitality in 2012. I was there, but that was for me one of my the reasons I became champion was that year. It was the 100-pound club was called up on stage, and there was only a couple people that got to speak. And I was there with team and my daughter, and I was all excited to run up on stage and inspire people. And then I was disappointed because I didn't get it. And that was the day that I decided that was never going to happen again. I was going to make sure I hit the stage at every national event, and I always do, and it's been absolutely awesome. So, Anna, you left the challenge for a little while.
I did. I left, and I'm going to be really honest. When I left, I was doing the challenge for a little bit over 2 years. So, everybody's different. And by that time, I was training hard. I changed my eating habits. I was really focused, but I have reached plateau. I wasn't losing, and time was passing, and I was like, okay, I know it's normal, but why? I'm doing the shakes. I'm doing everything right. So the trainer that I had back then, he was like, you know what? Stop everything you're doing. Your body got used to it. Let's go back to basics. Let's start eating healthy. Which I'm glad he did in that time, because that taught me what to eat, how to eat it, when, the times, the measurements, everything. So by the time that I left the challenge, that I wasn't doing the shake, my upline left, and I moved to another company. But funny thing is that even though I was with another company, when people asked me how I lost the weight, I wasn't gonna lie. So I was still promoting the challenge to the people that asked me. So Yeah, it was funny, but you know what? ViSalus has grown in my heart so much. The culture, the people, oh my God, the support you get, and I really miss it. So one day Kelvin called me and we were talking, you know, a little bit of everything, and that's when I said, you know what? I think it's time for me to get back. I miss it, and I miss the shakes. And that's how I got back. That's how I got back to the challenge.
That is absolutely amazing, and I think there are many of us on this call and many of us in ViSalus that are happy that Kelvin's around and keeps us all together, because it's what we all need, that support system. You can go to another company. We've seen so many champions leave, and a whole bunch of people are coming back now because this community is what it is, and what we're doing right now with TeamViHOPE, I can't wait to meet you. You're just down the road from NST, so it's absolutely perfect. You're going to be there, I assume, right?
Of course.
Okay, good. I didn't want to scold you for that in front of this listening audience. No, everybody's got to be at NST. It's going to be awesome. Kelvin, are you out there? Because I want you to take over now, because this is yours. You guys have so much more in common, but
yeah, man.
Thank you guys for having me on. I want to turn it back over to Kelvin right now to finish Savannah.
Hey, I think we still have a little bit of time, and I think we can actually give some tips here. I mean, we have some champions on the line. I don't know if Vicki's still around, but Anna, I know that you have this big goal, and we're working towards it. We've been chipping away at it, and I'm really proud of you. You're crushing it. What is, I would say, your biggest tip to give to somebody if they actually have been trying to lose weight for a long time and they're just stuck? What would be your biggest tip?
Number one, you have to be patient. You have to be patient, right? Especially when you have lost so much weight, you have to be patient. But I would say you have to change your routine, because I was doing the same thing for a long time, regardless, with working out and stuff. And I just changed. When I started on the transformation kit again, I just changed my routine completely. I was doing CrossFit for too long, so that's when I started seeing results. Combined with the transformation kit and water, and you have to just change your routine every 2-3 weeks, and just be patient, because eventually you're going to see results.
Awesome, great tip. Pat, how about you? I think Vicki's on the line too. Maybe you two can share some information, but starting with you, Pat.
All right, definitely. A tip for me, when you hit a plateau, I totally agree with Anna. Try something different. I know when I hit a plateau, I thought I was eating right and doing things the right way, so I listened to some friends that had nutrition background, and I had somebody develop me a meal plan, and they developed me a workout plan. Well, their workout plan was exactly the same as what I was doing, so I was okay there, but it was the nutrition, and it was just little tweaks. Instead of having a shake for breakfast, I started to have egg whites and some green vegetables for breakfast with a piece of toast or a little bit of oatmeal, and then I had a shake afterwards. Instead of always having that shake for breakfast, I switched things up, and that kind of kicked things into high gear for me when I was in the building phase. When I'm in the losing phase, I like to have a shake for breakfast instead of the breakfast. That's just kind of the way my body seems to work. That's the for me is get a plan. As Vicki said, get a plan and follow it, because if you fail to plan, you're going to plan to fail. So, Vicki, what's a tip from you for breaking a plateau?
My tip is just don't get discouraged, because a lot of people, they want instant gratification. So I have a lot of people who look so far into weight loss, so just don't look too far into it. It's a lot more simple than you think, and I always tell people, like, the weight did not get put on overnight, so you're not going to lose it overnight. So just keep plugging away at it, and it will come off. So just don't get discouraged.
Awesome.
I totally agree with that one too. Kelvin, I need another tip from you, because you're like, I don't know what to do right now. I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, man. I'm going to give one active tip, because I know this is something that I know some people struggle with sometimes. And I want to let you guys know that the equation for weight loss is 80-20. 80% nutrition and 20% is your exercise and activity. And I know that some of us, what we do is sometimes when we're actually trying to lose weight, especially when we're desperate and we've been stuck for a while, we tend to eat less food. and we get ridiculously low on our calorie intake. I know for a while when I was stuck, I was averaging like 800 calories, plus going to the gym and like burning 400 calories, and I was like crashing all the time and like no energy, and I was like, what the heck is happening? And I wasn't losing weight. So sometimes you're just not, you don't know. So I would recommend definitely eating more and checking out actually what what's how much of calories you burn in a day. There's something called a BMR calculator, and you can actually figure that out, and that way you know how much you have to burn every single day. You can download an app called MyFitnessPal, which a lot of people use, and you can track your meals that way until you get to a point where it's simple again for you. So I never counted my calories. I just pretty much started eating more, and I started dropping weight as soon as someone gave me that tip. So guys, the biggest takeaway, at least from my tip, is make sure you're eating enough. You should never be under 1,200 calories. So guys, thank you so much, everybody, for sharing your knowledge and your stories. I personally enjoyed every single one of them. I've followed all of them. I'm friends with you guys. And I guess to wrap up tonight, I wanted to address a couple things. One, as you guys heard tonight, every single person here started on their journey, but they never gave up. They kept going and then going. Yes, it seems like maybe Anna gave up, but she didn't really give up. She was still going towards her goal, just using a different way. But now she's back and she's actually losing again, and she's plugged into the community. And that's one thing I always see when people are struggling on the challenge or outside the challenge, that sometimes they're not plugged into a community. Accountability is very important. The relationships are very important, because when you're around people that care about you, it's like a synergy that is created, and it's like a symbiotic relationship. It's like you start leaning on them, and they start leaning on you. Accountability happens because naturally when you're in that type of relationship. And in ViSalus, we have several of those opportunities to do so. Some of them are with your fellow challenge group members that you're meeting at least once a week with, and you're actually doing exercise with them. Or it could also be people on Facebook, or people that you look up to, like the 100-Pound Club or TeamViHOPE. If you're not part of our Facebook group, I recommend look up TeamViHOPE. And in there, you can actually get information, resources, articles, inspiration, motivation from some people that have lost over 100 pounds. Some people have lost 50 pounds in like 90 days. And you can learn from them, and that way you can adopt what they do. But more importantly is the relationship. Because once you know somebody that cares about you, then you can open up about your real struggles. I know a lot of us struggle with emotional eating. I know a lot of us have anxiety. Other people are just, don't even know what to eat, and they struggle with that. So when you build a relationship, you're actually more trusting, and you will actually have better results. So that being said, there's a major event coming up, and it's called National Success Training. I love the name, National Success Training. When you think of things like success, people initially think of, money, and we do have a business model that we do train on, and it's very successful. But we also have a weight loss challenge. We've had 3 million transformation, guys. Actually, I saw this just the other day. It's like 3.4 million transformations. That's incredible. The other side of this is that we've only had 300 members or so, or people that hit 100-Pound Club. So out of 3 million, only 300. And the beautiful part is that at National Success Training, you get to see over half of those people at the event. These are real people that you can go up to, legends, the elite, I call them, and you can actually go and ask them how you did it. Take pictures with them. Take a selfie with them. Get in their pants. Sometimes they bring their large pants, their before pants, and people like to get in them and take pictures with them. It's just, these are symbols, and these are things that you see real life, and you actually believe in it more. It builds belief. When you build relationship, it builds trust and also builds belief. So guys, get to NST, and you will actually have better results just on your challenge. I wanted to share my story. I was a customer. In my first 90 days, I lost 51 pounds. I was really excited. I did not expect to lose that much weight, and in fact, my goal was only 25 pounds, and I doubled it. But I didn't know anybody else that was doing the challenge at the time, because I found out about the challenge by a friend on Facebook, and by a friend who referred me to a friend on Facebook. And I never saw a video. I never saw anything. I just saw that people got results, and I'm like, I'm going to get this. So I did. I bought 3 transformation kits and 3 Vibe packs all up front because I did not know about AutoShip. I took our entire savings that we had from our account and put it into this. And I had my transformation. Afterwards, people were asking what I was doing, and so I started sharing. I was just sharing my information, and little by little, I had a lot of customers, but I was not getting paid or anything off of it because I was just a customer and I didn't know anything. I never saw a video. Fast forward a few months later, I get a call and an upline from, I guess, from the person that signed me and told me, hey, do you know that there's a business side and you have like 30 or 40 customers under you and that you have not getting paid off of it? So I don't want to promote and talk too much about that, but basically that's when I decided that I needed maybe check that out. So he said, there's an event in Los Angeles called National Success Training. I think you should go and check it out. So I went. That's where I met Anna Rodriquez for the first time. Anna Rodriquez was the girl that was on the challenge video when I first signed up, when I finally watched the video, and I was blown away by her transformation. And I started following her story on Facebook. So when I met her in person, it made it real to me. And she was so down to earth, and she was like a real person. But here I thought I'm looking at a celebrity, and I looked up so much to her because of her transformation and her story. And it made it real to me. And I remember also meeting another guy named Jose. He had lost like 65 pounds. He's in his 50s, and he got on stage and won national male champion. He walks off stage. He comes up to me. He says, "I've seen your before and after photo. I think one day you'll be champion." Fast forward 1 year after he says this to me, and I'm on stage at National Success Training in Louisville, Kentucky, being crowned as the champion. Now, I fast forward that part of the story because I want you to understand something. I had no intention to be a champion until I got to NST in Los Angeles, and I met Anna and I met Jose. And when I met Anna and I saw, oh wow, she's really cool and amazing, I was inspired. When I met Jose, he gives me instills in my confidence into me, saying, hey, you can win. Now that's one aspect of the story. That same weekend, I saw the stage get on 100-pound club on stage. People like Pat Ryan, Ron Hankey. I saw Hulk Hogan on stage with Ruby and a bunch of other celebrities that were there as well. And I was like in awe. I was still about 25 pounds away, and I had no thoughts of losing any more weight. But when I saw that they were there, I'm like, I could definitely still lose at least 25 more pounds. I can go for this. I was so inspired. So, guys, I was inspired by the national champions and the 100-pound club, and it made me realize the importance, the impact that, of what I could do. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the catch. If you don't go, you won't know. If you don't go, you won't know. You will miss out. Guys, think about this. If I had not been called and invited to go to a national success training in Los Angeles, I had to spend over $1,000 to get there. I had no money, but the guy was telling me, he's like, Kelvin, you need to be at this event. You won't understand. He knew about my transformation. He knew my story. He knew about my children. He's like, Kelvin, this is going to be crucial for you and your family. This is going to be life-changing. I went to the event on a faith. I felt like God was telling me to go, and I went. It was a sacrifice, but when I got there, it made complete sense. I lost those 25 pounds within another 3 months. Guys, not only that, but I ended up doing a Tough Mudder inspired by people that were on stage at the 100-pound club. I was like, I was believing I could do things I never thought before. Like my mind just expanded. And I was able, from that moment on, to be able to start opening up about my story. I had not told people about my story about my daughter who had fallen and I couldn't get up from the sofa to get to her. I actually ended up crawling to her to get to her, and my wife got to her before I could get to her. And that was my breaking point. But I would not ever share that story if I hadn't even heard the heart-wrenching stories that I heard on NST. I remember crying. I remember seeing the video of all these amazing transformations in that year, and I just couldn't stop crying. I cried for at least 10 minutes straight. I was like, I never cried like a kid like that ever before. And that's what other people have said in their NST videos, that it went from their head to their heart, and I believed in this company that was on a mission to end obesity. And that's the weekend they launched Project Teen Kids. So can you imagine the emotions? I was bullied as a kid. I actually wish the challenge was around when I was a kid, because the shake tastes amazing, and I would have taken it, and I would have lost weight, and I would have felt so much better about myself. But here I am at a place thousands of miles away from my home. I had an event I really didn't know many people, inspired by two champions that came and spoke to me, by the 100-pound club on stage, and then they launched Project 10 Kids. For every 10 pounds I was going to lose from then on, I was going to help out a kid that was like me years ago, who needed help, and there was no one else to help him. But now I could help that kid. And I thought of myself. I'm like, I can help little Kelvin, who was bullied for his being overweight his whole life, all the way to elementary school, and he needed my help. And that's what got me fired up. That's when I went back and I said, I'm signing up as a promoter. I don't care what happens. I need to get people on the challenge. We need to help out these kids. I need to transform lives with my story. And I knew I was going to be unstoppable. Guys, from that moment on, I believe in the company. I believe in the product. And I know that each one of you here that's on this call can actually change the world, can change your world that's around you. Those people are watching you. People, your loved ones, they're cheering for you. There's some people that might not be vocal supportive, but you know why you need to make a change. And guess what? By you making the decision first, it's going to affect everybody around you. My whole family has been on the challenge. My daughter now, who's actually now 4 years old, today was like, I challenge you, Daddy, and we went and we got on a bike ride around the block. My daughter lives a challenge lifestyle. That keeps me accountable to my reason why I lost the weight. So guys, if someone told you about this call tonight, reach out to them and tell them that I'm joining the challenge now. Not tomorrow, but now. Tell them to send you how to sign up tonight. And the kit that you need to choose is the kit that will best fit your challenge. And if you have a challenge goal over 25 pounds or more, the transformation kit is the best. And you can also talk to your doctor and find out if you need the ViPack or the vitamins. But guys, reach out to the person. Get on Team ViHOPE, a support group, and make a decision to actually take the challenge and go to NST. I will be there. Team ViHOPE will be there. We're going to be doing some amazing events, surprises for you guys to help you, encourage you on your journey. Guys, thank you everybody for who's on this call. This call is officially wrapped.
Boom.
Thanks, guys. Awesome.